Welcome to Rockmandash Reviews. Type Moon's made some pretty great works, and with the announcement that Ufotable is making an anime adaptation of Fate Stay Night, I felt that now would be a great time to do a Type Moon review marathon. Starting off with Fate Stay Night, the gateway drug into the Nosiverse and all things Type Moon. Playing Fate Stay Night is like playing 3 equally long games with 3 separate plots and 3 completely different writing styles. Because of the structure of the game and how vastly different each route is, I'll review each route separately and then create a cumulative score for the plot. The premise of the story is that there's a fight to the death tournament called the 5th Holy Grail War, which really isn't a war, there's only like 7 people, where people known as masters fight with heroes throughout history known as servants for the chance to get the Holy Grail, which grants their wishes. Each servant is one of 7 classes: Saber, Archer, Lancer, Berserker, Rider, Assassin, and Caster. If you didn't get that, well, this game has a lot of exposition to explain that basic premise, so you shouldn't be completely lost. That premise is one of the stronger points of the game. It's so unique that it's made a pretty large franchise. The main character in Fate Stay Night is Emiya Shiro, whose ideals change along with the route, but he's usually a hardworking idiot who cares more about others than himself, so much so that he's willing to risk his life. The strength of this game is in the characters. All the characters are likable in some fashion, and they generally have something to add to the story. Fate is a typical yet better than average plot, with Saber, Shiro's blonde-haired servant, as your main heroine. This route is a good way to start, as it focuses on the most popular character, Saber, and explains quite a bit, but it doesn't really stand out by itself well. Saber's personality and situation in the arc makes her a very likable character, and she's the reason why this route is any good. There are a lot of interesting plot points in comparison to the other routes, and in my opinion, it really makes you want to facepalm depending on the levels of Shiro's idiocracy. Fate is about Shiro embracing his ideals of becoming a hero full on, and it's just above average. Unlimited Blade Works is the most action-packed out of all the arcs and is my personal favorite. There's alliances, change in power, and I hope you like a large dosing of tsundere because the main heroine is Rin Tosuka, a tsundere honor student magus who comes from a family whose history is ingrained with the Holy Grail War. Rin Tosuka is easily my favorite character in the game because of her amazing and not totally bipolar tsundere-ness and all the other quirks that Tosuka has. Unlimited Blade Works is about Shiro struggling with himself and about his ideals and his life, both past and future, which is something that's really relatable and one reason why I love Unlimited Blade Works. I believe in Unlimited Blade Works, the characters were the best in the whole visual novel, especially Shiro. Heaven's Feel is by far the most depressing and best written of all the arcs. The main heroine, kind of out of the blue, is Sakura Mato, Shiro's Kohei and Shinji's little sister, and the choice of Sakura as a heroine only makes sense in context. Any real details about Heaven's Feel in my opinion would ruin it, so no spoilers here. Heaven's Feel is about conflict within Shiro about reality and his ideals, and is the most contrasting route in comparison to the others. There's a reason why this route is last. You really need to sink into the world of Fate Stay Night before Heaven's Feel rips you out of it and throws you into the curb. It's the best written route, and it's bloody fantastic, even though it's quite depressing and dark. For a game like this, story is everything. If you experience the game as intended, the game has a story that really will make you think a bit. It's a fantastic story, weaving idealism with a personal and action story. It's well written and it's fantastic. One big thing that separates word-based mediums like visual novels and books from the anime and manga counterparts is length. This game should take you about a month or so to just finish the main story. Do I prefer it this way? Not really. It's really long, and it's really hard to get into just because of the length. In comparison, I thought the anime was a much more manageable size. Surprisingly, the pacing is quite good even though the story is so long, which was really nice. It's a freaking visual novel. There's nothing really special. You select options and read text. What else were you expecting? When you get a bad ending, you get sent to the Tiger Dojo, where you get advice on how to get the good endings and where hilarity ensues. The Tiger Dojos give this game a lot of replay value and content, and if you get them all, you get an extra hidden scene. The gameplay is par for the course, nothing spectacular here though. Do yourself a favor and get Realtanu the PS2 version or a mod for the PC version that adds voice acting. The voice acting in the game is fantastic, and the other parts of the series have the same voice actors, so it's fairly consistent. Almost all of the text is voiced, which is outstanding considering the amount of text this game has. The soundtrack though is not one of Fate Stay Night's strong points. Most of the music is there for atmosphere building, which it does quite well, but still. It's a very memorable soundtrack, mainly because you have to listen to the same few tracks over and over and over again. There are good tracks, but most of it is just okay. It's a good soundtrack, but I can't really say it's one of my favorites. Okay, keep in mind that this is a visual novel from 2004. The game looks pretty good, even though it's just sprites. I prefer sprites over 3D models and visual novels anyways, with a few exceptions. And in Fate Stay Night, the sprites are done pretty well. The character design in the game is great, and all the characters look unique and interesting. The design of the characters, especially the servants, are intricate and detailed, which help build the world in Fate Stay Night. One thing that I have to mention about Fate Stay Night is that it is an eroge, aka hentai game. There's a censorship patch for unlimited boy works on Fate, but for Heaven's Feel, just hold control until it's over. This is a huge reason why I want an official English version. The console version Realtanu replaces arrow scenes with scenes of CG dragons and dolphins, which is kinda random when you think about it, but it's still better than the arrow scenes which the PC version doesn't do anything about. Other than that though, Fate Stay Night looked great for the time and it still holds up well today. Honestly, I'll tell you this. I didn't like Fate Stay Night the first time I played it. I'm not the biggest fan of fantasy, but the more I played FSN, the more it sinks in and the better it gets. It's like HG in that aspect. One part I loved in Fate Stay Night is that the world it builds is so thorough in the art, the music, the characters. It's so cohesive and strict with following its rules that it makes you feel like you're observing this great story. Which leads me to the next point. If it has so much action, does it have to be a visual novel? I know for structuring the stories, visual novels are more convenient, but whenever I get into an action scene, I just wish I was watching a really fluid animated fight or playing a game where I can influence the fight itself. I really did love this game, and after I finished this, I had the feeling of the void and accomplishment, and if a game does either of those, it's a winner. Fate Stay Night is a fantastic yet very long visual novel. As a story, it's bloody amazing, but it's not perfect in its current state as a game. Everything negative I say about this is kinda nitpicky though, as this game is really fantastic with great writing, a great world, and great characters. Overall, I give Fate Stay Night a 9.25 out of 10, and a Rockmandash recommends. This is not part of the review, but availability is an important part of any game, and considering the popularity of the series, you would think that Fate Stay Night would come to the States, but no. The only way to play this game in English is via PC thanks to the fantastic translation by the guys at Mirror Moon, or on the DS and Android platforms via VNDS. I hope in the future we get something like the Vita version of this game, or if they ever decide to do an HD remake with the new character designs and art, but for now the only way to get the definitive version of the Fate Stay Night story is via a fan translation. I am the keyboard of my review. Reviewing is my body and writing is my blood. I have read over 1,000 words, unknown to action nor known to sundere. Have withstood pain to create many reviews, yet this keyboard will never type anything. So as I review, unlimited review works. Look in the description to see the playlist of all my Type Moon reviews, and if you're watching this when it came out, or anytime near December, in like a year from now or something like that, I hope you have a great Christmas or whatever you celebrate. See you on the next review. Rockmandash, out.